Hey Siri, play Hung in America. Good morning, Vietnam.
Good morning, and good morning. How do we know it's morning when people are listening?
Well, it's night in the US, but it's morning in Vietnam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 6. This is a special episode. We have a special guest, Simon. Simon,
Hello.
introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Simon. I'm from Slovakia. I'm 17 and I live in Pennsylvania, Greenville.
Lives in Greenville, Pennsylvania. Goes to Greenville High School, where
Yeah.
Hung goes.
Yes,
What grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
Junior in high school.
Yes.
Today's episode is going to be just sharing exchange student stories, funny things that have happened, maybe horrifying things that have happened, like the moment you woke up the first day here and you went downstairs and saw who you were living with and what the conditions were.
Yeah.
So
Pretty bad.
why don't you who has a good story to start?
I think I can start and I can.
Okay.
Okay. So me then.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have the story about the SAT.
Mm-hmm.
So the SAT is the way to get into college and stuff like that. So I've been prepared for the test.
How much did you prepare for that
Yeah,
test?
so I pay for a online learning on online.
Was it Magoosh?
Yeah, it was Magoosh. It was pretty decent. It was pretty good. I like it. And I've been learning for 3 months. And the day before the test, I try to prepare as much as possible. So my pencil, whatever it need to be pencils.
Number 2 pencil.
Yeah. And so I set a time to be as soon as possible because it's a big test.
And
So
your test was in Meadville, which is about 45 minutes away.
yeah, it was about that time.
Okay.
Okay. It was in Midville. I woke up. Okay. Take my time because I want myself to be in the best condition as possible.
Smart.
Brush my teeth. Do whatever you need. Okay. Get into the car with Chris. Okay. He drove me to McDonald's. Get breakfast. Everything is so ready. Okay. We went on our way to Midville. Is about 25 minutes later, he asked me if I have everything. Okay, I said, yeah, I have everything. He began to check your pencil. He is driving with his phone. Pencil.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, I know. Eraser. Okay. Your passport. I said, I don't have my passport, but I do have my ID number from Vietnam. He said, oh. And he just keep driving. He just, no, you need a passport. I said, no, you don't. That's what I said. And he just keep going, and I said, oh shoot. So it's pretty close now. And he turned again. So he turned back to the house.
To get your passport.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it was a little late, but we all good because we have time. I prepared. I get my passport. I gone down. I go into a car and we drove away. Okay, to the middle of the road. He keep checking passport. We got it. Pencil. Okay. Do you got the entrance ticket? I said, I got it on my phone. and he scrolled down, said, no, they said here it needs to be printed out. I said, oh shoot. Okay.
You were so prepared, weren't you?
I was so prepared because who would have thought? Because I have it on my phone. I can just show them.
So you didn't. Apparently, you didn't look at the same checklist that Chris was looking at.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Okay.
Okay, and then he called Jimmy, which I think is weird. Okay, and he talked about sending the ticket to him. Okay, I'm on my phone looking how to send it to him, how to spell his email correct, and when I look up, this seemed familiar. Everything seemed familiar. We are driving back. So we're driving back again, and it was so late, and I was so sure that I'm gonna miss the test. It was like, 30 minutes to the test. And
Chris is going in his little golden, like, what is it, Oldsmobile or something like that, as fast as it probably could go.
And so I said, "Where are we going?" I said, "We are going to Jimmy to take your ticket." I said, "But it's so late." I was about to give up. Then, you know what? Just go. Just go upstairs, take the ticket, go back to the car, and he just drive. And we made it. So the test at 7:45. We reached the destination at 7:44.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the test started at 7:45.
Not really.
Or you needed to be there at 7:45 is what it said, right?
That's what it said, but it seemed like a big line of people still going in, so it doesn't start until like 8:30.
So you had plenty of time, really.
Luckily.
Yeah. So the moral of that story is never give up, and make sure you look at an actual checklist when you're preparing.
Yep. Look on YouTube.
Look on YouTube. Okay. What about you, Simon? What's a good story from your experience so far?
So probably it was like, I'm here with the Rotary organization, and they made a trip for us to New York City with like other exchange students. So we went to the New York City, and they told us we went to like sightseeing and stuff, and it was like awesome. And but like, as all the teenagers, we were looking forward to like when we get home to the hotel and just like hang around and like have fun. I mean, it was cool, but still you want to have fun with your friends. So we were like, we were excited about it. And then we asked the guy, like he was responsible for all of us. He was like the leader of the group. And he said like the bedtime is like 11 o'clock.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's like pretty early. And like we got to the hotel, it's like 10:30. And we were like, there's no way we are getting to bed like 11. And so they checked the rooms at like 11, and right when they like stopped checking, we ran to another room. Like it was probably like room for 4 people, and there were probably like 12 of us, like girls and boys. It was just packed, and it was probably like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and nobody like was checking at us, so we thought we were cool. And then we heard some moving like on the hallway. And and we looked through the door, the little thing there, and we saw a security guard sitting right there on like a chair. So we were like, shoot. I mean, they warned us. They told us like they will check on us, but they checked, and then it was all free. So we went, and we thought we were fine. And then we saw the security guard, and we were just like, for an hour we started whispering, like 12 people, and everyone was like laughing, but like was scared and laughing. So I was just like trying to like be quiet, but like I was laughing. So it was like we didn't know what to do, and she was still sitting there, and it was probably like more than an hour we were trying to figure out like what to do. And then she went somewhere else. We didn't know like where she went. We just like saw her. The chair was free. So we ran out, we like sprinted. You could like hear the like elephants running. It was so loud. We just like ran to our rooms. And the thing was that I came to my room, and I had this chip card like you have like in a hotel, and it didn't work. And I was like, okay, I gotta get in like pretty quickly, because if she sees me, I will be screwed. And like I couldn't go back because I knew I would get stuck there again. But I couldn't get into my room because my chip wasn't working, and I was like all stressed out. And just where I was like, okay, I'm just screwed. The guy in my room who stayed there, I don't know, for whatever reason, he opened the door. And like that moment when he opened the door, I was like, I just felt really good, because I would be in a lot of trouble if they caught me there, and if all the people would have been caught. Yeah, so that was my story. And actually, that was the first night, and the second night we were just like, okay, let's do it again. Whatever, if there is, okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Your lesson.
Yeah, it was fun. Let's do it again.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do it again, but then like after 11 o'clock, when they did the check, like before, the security guard was there right away. So the second night we couldn't actually get to the other room. So
they knew what you guys were up to.
yeah, I think they actually found out about it, and they weren't mad. They just made sure the security guard was there before right away, so we couldn't do it again. So it was pretty stressful, but a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. I probably would have done the same thing if I were you.
Yeah.
Actually, I know I have similar. The exchange program that I went through was AFS. And they would gather a bunch of exchange students together, and we were always getting into trouble.
Yeah.
But one of my stories that I like to share has to do with like the language barrier. So when I was over in Germany, I was really starting at a very elementary level with my knowledge of the language. And this one day, I was on a train platform, and I needed to be sure that the train I was about to get on was going to the place that I needed to be at.
Okay.
And I knew enough German that I knew I could ask these old ladies there if this train was going to Altenkirchen. And so in my head, I'm thinking, okay, fahrt dieser Zug nach Altenkirchen? Fahrt dieser Zug. I can't say fart. It's not fart. It's in my mind, I'm like, you can't say fart. Like, that's not the word. But it was. And so, but in my mind, I'm like, no, fährt. That sounds much better. So I said, fährt dieser Zug nach Altenkirchen, which, so fahrt dieser Zug nach Altenkirchen is, does this train go to Altenkirchen? And fährt is a word you would use if you're going on a horse.
Yes.
And so I asked these two ladies if this, to go on a horse, this train was going to, and they just looked at me with this blank stare. They didn't even answer. I mean, how could they,
Me too.
And so I was so embarrassed because I knew it was fart. I should have said fart. And so I just like slowly backed away and then just got on the train and hoped for the best.
Yeah, that's really funny.
Yeah.
What are some other stories?
I got one.
Okay.
It's about Mr. Gregory.
Mr. Gregory.
So, as you guys know, Jimmy is my roommate. He also the student teacher at my physics class. Okay. So the day before he started being in the class, Mrs. Fisher, which is our teacher, said, so we're gonna have a student teacher tomorrow. I am really excited about that. So, and everyone keep talking, everyone being so excited. I said, oh, what is his name? She said, James Gregory. I said, oh, Jimmy. and people look at me and, why you call him Jimmy? And people expect me not to know him at all. And I, from out of nowhere, call him Jimmy. What does that mean? Okay. And people said, why are you calling him that? And I said, I'm living with him. And people just keep laughing so hard. And the next day, he in the class, and no one believed me until now. I think only one glance know
that he actually lives with you.
Yeah.
That's because you like to lie to people.
Yeah, that's right.
You make up little lies just to be funny or whatever.
Yeah, Mrs. Fisher always said, when I talked to Jimmy in the class, Mrs. Fisher said, "Don't believe him."
To Jimmy.
Yeah,
And Jimmy's
don't
already
believe
like,
him.
I know, I don't believe him.
Yeah, it was. I'm just still keeping it in secret because I want to keep it professional for him.
Mhm.
And I really can't wait until the end of the year when I show everybody. Yeah, he's really truly living with me, and I really call him Jimmy.
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, you're gonna have to do it before he
Mary.
gets married and moves out.
Yeah, Jimmy.
We'll have to get him on the podcast, actually. So, do you have any other stories you want to share?
Maybe I can talk about like how I felt, how I was the process before the exchange, like what was going on.
Yeah.
So like I signed up for like I want to go on exchange maybe in like October, and I knew that if they select me, I will leave in like, let's say August. So it's like October to August. It's like a lot of time and it's a lot of things to do. So first you signed up, you gotta to go to like some selection and stuff. They make interviews with you and they test you, and it's a lot of stress and stuff. And then they chose me, obviously, and then you get like this really thick how do you call it, bag of papers which you gotta fill, like all the doctors, like visa, flight tickets, all this stuff. It was so much work and so much, and I like, for me, 17 years old, but I didn't really did anything like administrative or something. It was like I was like, I don't know what to do. It was really stressful, and like you have all these deadlines which you gotta think about all the time. So it was a lot of work, but like at the end it was really worth it. And I remember, and so that was like during the 8th month before my exchange, and I remember the night before I was leaving my country, Slovakia, and like that feeling, I don't think like anyone else can imagine how it feels like when you are like, my flight was leaving like 6 a.m. but you gotta be there earlier, you gotta leave before. So my plan with my parents was to leave my house at like 1 a.m. So I was decided like, I'm not going to sleep this day because I know I'm not gonna fall asleep. So at like 12 o'clock, I was out with my friends hanging out, just like saying the last goodbye. It was just like spontaneous. They just like called me and they're just like, Simon, what's up? What you doing? And I was like, nothing. Like, I'm just waiting for 1 a.m. And they were like, I'm in front of your house. Like, let's go out or something. So we just like went out, and it was just like, you're just like sitting there looking at your friends, and you're like, in like 24 hours, I'll be at the other side of the globe. And it's just so like, you're excited, you know that you're gonna miss your family and friends, you are kind of scared. It was just like, I don't think I will ever experience the same feeling, or anyone else can imagine how it feels if you don't try it. Like,
definitely the unknown. I mean, all of it's unknown. You don't know where you're gonna end up. You don't know. I got a sheet of paper that had a picture of my family and kind of had a description of them. But until you're there, you know what I mean? You don't know what you're getting into with the people that you're going to spend. And I know a lot of students when I was there that ended up like leaving. They didn't like their family, and so they like switched families throughout the thing.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. You can do that if no, it's right. No, but I landed with like the perfect family. They were almost like a carbon copy of my family, and I was so fortunate to end up with them. I will say though, my host brothers were really, they knew I was tall and skinny, and so they're like, maybe he's a basketball player. And like, you play basketball, and unfortunately, I'm not. And they were so disappointed. But when I first arrived, because I didn't speak the language or understand the language very well, when I first arrived, my host brothers I thought were hilarious. Just the things they said and did and how they did it. But they were speaking German. I had no clue what they were saying. And then
I just laugh a lot. Like,
you
had to laugh with them.
Oh yeah, I was just laughing with them, kind of like, you know.
Yeah, me too.
And but 2 months in, you know, I'm like, you know, my mind is processing in German and all of that. And they suddenly became a lot less funny. because
Oh.
now I understood what they were saying, and they were pretty annoying. So it got a little bit difficult after that, but
Yeah, at least you guys want to go at first. I don't even want to go at first. To be honest. Yeah.
Like on exchange, you didn't want to go.
Yeah, I don't even want to go at first, to be honest. Now, I don't know if I want to leave or stay. Because, you know, you have to go back, meet your friends, family, and you stay, you miss your friend.
yeah.
Yeah.
It is hard going back. I will
Yes.
say, anticipate, you know, your friends are going to be so happy that you're
Mhm.
back, and you're going to want to share this experience with them,
Mhm.
and they're not going to get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're not going to care as much, and it's going to be hard for them to relate. But yeah. Any other stories you want to share before we end the episode?
Probably like when just Han said that it's like he doesn't know if he wants to leave or if he wants to stay. It's like I heard a quote when they said like, what's harder, to leave your life for 10 months and then come back, or to leave your first of all, the first thing is to leave your life you have been living the entire life for 10 months and then come back, or build a new life somewhere else and then leave it forever. But you just lived it for like 10 months, but you will live it forever. And I would say the second option is harder for me, because like when I was leaving, I knew I was going to see you guys in 10 months. So don't be scared. Like I will see you. But when I'm leaving this country, I know I'm not going to see all the people. I may come back and meet someone, but I'm not going to see everyone. So I definitely think this is harder to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a good thing, you know. It's just, it's so hard. Like, I
Yeah.
cannot leave Chris. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna cook food? You know?
I know. Who is he going to have to take care of?
Yeah,
He's going to have to adopt a baby.
Yeah, he gonna lie in the living room all the time and back to his normal day.
Yeah.
I know. Not good.
No, no. All right. Well, thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for joining us. And we'll catch you again next week.